Hello, this is Brett, the owner of Skate the Foundry, and in this video, I am going to be showing you the top 10 tools that you need to have as a skateboard instructor. The top 10 tools that we are going to go over are 1. A waiver, 2. First aid kit, 3. Business cards and or flyers, 4. Phone for social media purposes, 5. Cones, 6. Chalk, 7. Skate trainers, 8. Carpet board, 9. Spare equipment such as skateboard and pads, 10. Your helmet. This list is in order of importance. So the first item that you need to have is a skateboard waiver. So my waivers are listed online, so when I arrive to a skate park, I can just simply text the parent the waiver or the link to the waiver, and then they can complete it. Now, for you starting out, it might be easier to have a printed copy. This is number one, the most important thing to have, a skateboard waiver. Now, finding a skateboard waiver online, it's actually pretty simple. You can go to any indoor skate park website and just copy theirs to get you started. That's actually what I did when I started Skate the Foundry, and then once we started getting a little bit bigger, then I had a lawyer look into our waivers. But you want to make sure that you're protected, and not only that, you want to make sure that you can capture your client's email and their phone number, and you're going to put that into the waiver. Not only that, you're also going to build in a photo release into your waiver. So not only is the parent signing the waiver, but they are also signing that photo and video release that you will need for your social media. Your second item to have is your first aid kit. Skateboarding, there's lots of falls, and especially when you're starting out, expect skaters to fall, so you have to be prepared. Notice that my first aid kit is not in a typical first aid box or anything of that sort. Mine is just simply in a big sandwich bag, and I like to have it this way because it's easier to manage and it's easier to slide into your backpack that you're going to be carrying along with you. Just a lot easier to have this way, and also I like to be able to see through it. Now, if you want to see the most important items to have in your first aid kit, make sure to watch this video here. The third most important item to have is your call to action. That's right, you want to advertise your service. So you want to have business cards, or you want to have a flyer, or you want to have both. If you're just starting out and you don't have the funds to get business cards, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I ran my company without business cards for a very long time, and there's other companies that do the same. But you do want to have a flyer. This is very inexpensive, and it's easy to print, and it's easy to make. So if you do not have business cards and you want to have a flyer, I suggest going to Google Docs and creating a simple flyer. And I don't recommend a full page. I actually recommend a quarter of a page and having 4 of them all listed on one page. This way, when you print them, you can cut them and you save money on your printing costs. Because the fourth product that you need is your phone. So you need to keep track of the time. Not only that, you need to have this for social media. You need to take tons of photos, videos, and share them on your social media, either Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. You need to be out there. People need to know who you are. And this lesson that you're doing right now cannot end without anyone knowing that you just did this lesson besides that person. So you want to make sure that your presence is known and other people see you online. Of course, you want to make yourself seem bigger than you actually are, so you have to have your phone with you taking photos and videos. The fifth item that you need to have as a skateboard instructor are cones. So you have these flat cones and you have these pointy cones. I like them both. It doesn't matter which one you have. You can simply buy these on Amazon. I like the flat cones when I'm outdoors because if it's a windy day, these cones, they lay flat and close to the ground, so they don't blow away. Unlike these, if it's a windy day, these are just going to fly all over the skate park and probably annoy other people, which you don't want to do. These cones are still great to have. I actually like using these cones more if it's not a windy day, just because they're bigger, they're a little bit harder to go through. You can also set these cones up in a fun way, and you can make these as bowling pins, and skaters have to roll through them. So you can do a little bit more games with these cones opposed to these cones. So I have them both, but if I'm going to a public skate park, I'm probably going to use these. Now the sixth item that you're going to have is chalk. Chalk is really important when it comes to drawing on the ground where kids have to go. And then also it's a great place to draw X's on the ground as starting points. Most young kids, they need to know exactly where to start. As a skateboarder, we almost feel like you can start anywhere you like, but during your lesson, the instructor is actually in control, and you want to make sure that the skater is setting up and lining up their skateboard in the correct position. So they often need a visual of where to start and a visual of where they're going to finish. Chalk is also really good to have so you can mark on their skateboards where their feet should go, because that is also going to be a really hard thing for them to remember, and you want to make sure that you're setting them up the proper way and that they're not learning the incorrect stance in the beginning. Now the seventh most important thing to have are your skate trainers. Skate trainers are such a great tool. So these skate trainers, they go over the wheels and they prevent the skater to actually move. So their skateboard will be stationary. It's almost like when you're putting your skateboard in a crack where it doesn't move. So you can learn how to do ollies and all other types of tricks. However, I like to use these in a much simpler way. I like to use these as just going over your foot stance, your foot position of where your feet should go onto the skateboard. A lot of people that you're going to be teaching, the biggest fear that they are going to have is falling, especially in the beginning, because they have no idea what to do. So use these skate trainers to build up their confidence of just stepping onto their skateboard and getting them used to how their trucks feel. Then you can use these as tools to help them turn in circles, and then that would eventually lead them into learning how to do kick turns on ramps. So the eighth item of importance to have is a carpet deck. Now, a carpet deck is a skateboard with no trucks or wheels on it. So skaters can learn how to stand on the skateboard without learning how to fall, and this will be the first step before they get onto their skateboard with the skate trainers. Then they can learn how to do kick turns on here, and then they can also learn how to do basic tricks such as shove-its. They can start getting the idea of it. And the ninth item to have is spare equipment. Now this is just optional. This is just going to take you into the next level of being a good skateboard instructor. Just having a spare board, because one, you're going to go to your lesson, and many times there's going to be kids that have a Walmart skateboard or a penny board, and you're arriving at the skate park and it's going to be really dangerous for them to learn how to skateboard on a penny board while they're on a quarter pipe or going down a ramp. It's just, their feet are going to be so close, it's just going to be really dangerous, and it's not going to be a good lesson, and that can lead into less lessons afterwards. So you want to make sure they have a great experience and that they're going to come back. And if they're skating on a Walmart board or a penny board, most likely they probably will not come back because it's going to be hard for them. Now, to be seen as an expert instructor and a hero in the eyes of a parent, you want to have spare pads for their kids. Many times, kids are going to come to the skate park with Amazon pads that are really, really small, and they're going to be uncomfortable. And then not only that, they're not going to protect all the areas that need to be protected. So you want to just have a spare pads, and you can get spare pads also on Amazon, just a little bit better quality, and you could just have them with you at all times. Skateboarding does have many falls, and if you're at a public skate park, there's going to be some falls that are just out of your control because there's going to be other skaters around you. That skater that you're teaching might get nervous and want to jump off their board and make a mistake and fall. So you just want to make sure that they are protected. The final item to have to be seen as an expert instructor is to have your own helmet. You want to make sure that you look the part and that the parents believe and trust you, and that you're going to be doing the best and you have the best intentions for their child, and you want to be a role model for their child. So you have to wear a helmet as well. And this is going to separate you from all the others. Now, as a bonus, number 11, you want to have a backpack or a duffel bag to carry all your belongings with you. I suggest getting a skateboard bag where it can actually hold a skateboard. This way it can hold a spare board if you have to park your car far from the skate park and you have to skate there. And then this way you can have a spare board ready for the skater so you don't have to leave the skate park and go back to your vehicle. So I suggest having a backpack or a duffel bag. I personally always carry around a duffel bag to have a little bit more room. So if you enjoyed the video and got a lot of information out of it that can help you on your business journey, please like and subscribe to my channel, and you will be updated with more information as I help spread more skateboard business knowledge as far as instructing and creating your own skateboard company or your skate shop. Thanks. Bye.